Sometimes in the NBA, certain players quietly go about their business without getting the fanfare and hype that they deserve. Perhaps it's because they play in a small market or their teams aren't winning a huge percentage of their games. But the fact that their incredible play doesn't get the attention it deserves is unfortunate. And that's happened this year to a player who's been on the stage for a long time. A video like this is way past its time, so it's time to start celebrating Dame time! When examining Damian Lillard's offensive game, it's clear we have to start with the pick and roll, where they'll set a number of quick drag screens to catch the defense out of position for a shot from behind the arc. You might notice on most of these three balls, he's going to his left, where righties get better alignment because their shooting hip and elbow are already in line with the rim. Dame clearly knows this, and the team adjusts their ball screens accordingly to get him going in that direction. Most teams like to force righties to their left, but for Dame, the defense is playing right into his hands. They'll set them all around the court, and Dame doesn't seem to mind what part of the arc he's going to shoot from, as he's knocking down a healthy 35.4% of these. During the three-point contest a few weeks ago, I had a couple of viral tweets pointing out a very curious detail that Tommy Tempesta of BBALLBREAKDOWN had discovered several seasons ago. Dame's fingers come off the ball before he goes into the release. This unique method obviously intrigued a lot of people, and I had the chance to get an exclusive one-on-one interview with him to talk about it. Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I'm here with Damian Lillard, friend of the Breakdown, for another appearance. Now, you saw on Twitter we had a little bit of a viral situation here with your fingers coming off the ball before the release. So you tell everybody, dying to know what it means, why you do it, and how it helps.
I mean, I didn't start doing it intentionally. When I was a kid, my dad used to get mad at me because I was kind of shoot a knuckleball. My dad shoots the ball that way. He kind of puts the ball in his palm and he kind of flick the ball. My dad shoots that way. And he would always he never told me to shoot that way, but he would be like, off the fingertips. You got to shoot off your fingertips. And I would sit in the bed and I had an X on my ceiling and I would kind of flick the ball that way. And that's just the way that I was able to put rotation on the ball. So it wasn't something I did intentionally. I just, when I started shooting the ball, and then I started to get a lot of reps, and it's just subconscious. I don't even do it on purpose. That's just the way I shoot the ball.
No, but you are aware that you're doing it.
I am aware that I'm doing it.
Okay, and do you think it gives you more spin?
It definitely gives me more spin. But I saw something where somebody was like, that explains how he can shoot deep, and I don't think that's why I can shoot deep. I think shooting the ball deep is a lot more just, the fluid motion, everything being connected, your dip, the motion into the shot, having a strong core, shooting the ball all the way through, letting it fly out instead of trying to control the ball. I think that's how you shoot the ball deep, and then obviously getting a lot of reps. But it had nothing to do with my fingers coming off. Right, that's just what became comfortable for me and how I was able to basically shoot how my dad was telling me to shoot and let the ball roll off my fingertips.
Well, your dad's a smart man, and would you tell anybody else to try this?
I mean, I would never tell anybody to just be like, take your fingertips off the ball, because it's not something that I pay attention to. I've never paid attention to it. It's just how I came up shooting the ball. So if it's not natural for you, the number one thing I would tell shooters is however you shoot. I'm not a fan of people trying to correct everybody's jumper and put it here and do this or do that. I think becoming a great shooter is, more than anything, it's about reps, getting quality reps. And I made 300 threes. It's like the quality of the shots that you make and having a standard. If you're going to make 10 out of 12. If you have a standard and you get enough reps up over and over and over and you're consistent, you become a good shooter. That's what I believe.
All right, well, we got Coach Lillard here. I hope you're going to get into that when you get after your playing days are over, but we've got a lot more playing time left, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Well, thanks so much. We're honored to have you on again and really appreciate it. And don't forget, sports fans, it's B-Ball Breakdown, not a channel, we're conversation. You in? Are you in, Dame?
I'm in.
All right, brother. Thank you.
I love diving so deep into the footage that I notice details about shooting that no one else does. And if you're the same way, then you've got to check out So Rare, a sports fantasy game and marketplace featuring officially licensed digital player cards from the NBA. You can build teams by buying, selling, collecting, and trading these cards and compete with them in tournaments that can help you win rewards like tickets to games, cards of higher scarcity, autographed jerseys, NBA store gift cards, and more. I've set up a private league where you can compete against me and the rest of the B-Ball Breakdown community. Some tournaments have prizes, while you can always play with the common cards you get just for signing up. Use my link and you'll get 20 free common cards to get you started, just like Dame gets started by setting up his drives at the rim with the very real threat of his shooting from deep. Look how far the defender comes out to meet him, enabling plenty of downhill space to cross over and use his body to protect the ball with the early contact and then the beauty of an inside hand layup. Again, if the screener's man does not come up to contest the potential shot, we've seen what can happen, and Dame tortures the bigs that do this with his speed, plus some of the craftiest finishes you'll see, like this nice Euro around the help for a floater. Mo Wagner has to step up this far due to Dame's range, but he's just not quick enough to keep up with the crossover. And how about the off-foot lefty quick release floater as he's falling to the floor? And he's so good with his left-hand finishes that it's impossible for the help defense to figure out which way he's going to go. I love the 2-foot in-rhythm takeoff here that gives him balance and power through the contact, yet soft touch with his offhand. He's 10th in the NBA in assists per game, and the bulk of them come out of the pick and roll, where he is a master at reading a defense and making the right decision. There's a premium on generating corner three-point shots, and Dame's gravity on middle drives sucks in the help off the corners, where he gets up into the air to ensure that Jaylen Brown is thinking shot, and it's too late to stop Reddish from making the bucket. When Dame has a chance to attack the middle, he's going to take it, since this automatically triggers the weak side defender of the man in the corner to rotate and help. These are easy passes and easy shots to hit. It doesn't have to be the weak side corner either, as he takes advantage of Draymond leaving a perceived bad shooter open in the corner. However, it's no accident that Matisse Thybulle suddenly went from 33% to 39% when switching teams. He has Dame to thank for a ton of his long distance shots. Lillard also takes advantage of his severe gravity to hit cutters for shots in the paint, and I love the timing on this one, waiting until he pulls enough defenders to him, and the roll man can get close enough so all he has to do is slam it down. Here's an interesting set where Thybulle screens for Nurkic before he then sets the inside ball screen for Dame. Thybulle's cut drags Harden into a 2-on-1 situation since Embiid had to step up to stop a potential three-point shot. Dame sees Harris bumping down to the block and knows Nurk has a huge size advantage over Harden as he lays in the reverse. They'll also have the corner guy cut baseline to exploit openings in the defense. Not sure what Kuzma is doing here, but it's a testament to how scared they are of Dame with the ball in his hands, and he won't miss these passes when they present themselves. For his entire career, Dame has been one of the most clutch players the league has ever seen. It's uncanny how often he's in a situation with the ball in his hands and the game in the balance. This year has been no different as Dame continues to block out the pressure of the moment and just find a way to put the ball in the hoop despite everybody in the entire gym knowing who's gonna shoot it. Whether it's from way downtown with a hand in his face or finding openings to get all the way to the bucket, Lillard has a formidable job to keep his teams in these games despite a roster in transition that has yet to reach its full potential. At 32.3 points per game, Lillard is third in the league in scoring, and this is a big reason why. He's also averaging a career high in free throw attempts per game, by far, and he's nailing over 91% of them to put him third in the league. For too long, Lillard put off surgery for an abdominal injury that had plagued him for years, and it's clear to me that his lateral quickness and explosion on defense has benefited the most. He's cat quick, is focused on stopping the ball, has great hands to deflect balls out into steals, and makes enough plays to stop players who target him to make it clear he's not a liability on this end, considering how much offense he's providing on the other end. It's not perfect, he doesn't always get stops, but no one in this league does anymore. The offensive players are simply too good, so it's the effort and positioning that should be graded, and I give him solid marks to the point where I'm not sure we'd see him targeted in a playoff series. In the end, Damian Lillard is turning in a phenomenal performance this season, and unfortunately, because of where he plays and the fact that his team is not quite ready to win a ton of games yet, he's not getting the kind of attention he deserves. But do yourself a favor and flip on some Trailblazers games down the stretch of this season, and you'll be in for a real treat called Dame Time.